All right, I'm Tim. Welcome to my channel. I'm going to be training for the Murph challenge. So this is Monday, calling it Murph Monday. Going to have some fun, trying to work on these pull-ups and push-ups and squats. So here we go. Pretty basic. Let's have some fun. 1 second. Something work real fast. All right, here we go. Pull-ups. Four. All right. I was really hoping to make it to 5. All right, just take a quick 30 seconds and jump back up. And keep going. All right. Let's go again. Damn it. That's not what I wanted to have happen. 30 seconds. I really wanted to be better at this by now. Trying not to let the frustration bring me down too much. Difficult. Yeah. There's just one. We can do this. Come on. You can nail this. All right, here we go. That was 2. 30 seconds to hit it again. She's not gonna give up. Oh man. I keep on pushing. It's a long way from 100. Long way from 100. But I got like 4.5 months to get there. And it's only gonna happen if I can stay positive and believe. Ah. Hmm. 30 seconds and jump back up. It's like 1.5, but the half doesn't count. Thing is, though, really, if I keep pushing, that half will turn into a solid 1. So I'm trying to not give up and stay positive. Oh, that hurt. That was not do that well. There you go. All right. So none. Hey, Canine, thank you for the follow. Hey, you're my 100th follower. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. All right. Canine says, let's go. I agree. Let's do this. Yeah, 30 seconds and then try. It's still just half. I need to be able to get 25 done by hook or by crook by the end of the month in order to stay on schedule for being able to get to 100. So it's a numbers game. Gotta hit the goal. All right, but that was 1.5. So I'm at 16. Really want to get to 20 tonight before calling it. Have I ever done assisted push-ups? No. I've never done assisted push-ups. I actually don't know what assisted push-ups are. And I assume that somebody is helping you, like pulling you up. And then you have to take yourself down slowly, or is it the opposite? After I get the pull-ups done, then it's going to be working on the push-ups. Right now, my goal is to, the goal I'm working on so far this year is to be able to do a Murph on Memorial Day. Basically a band that helps you being stable. I'll have to look it up. Is a band that goes down from the ceiling? No. Yeah, so if you don't know, the Murph is the challenge where you have to run a mile with a 20-pound vest on. You do the whole thing with 20 pounds vest on. So you do the mile run, then you do 100 pull-ups, 200 push-ups, and 300 squats around your triceps. No, I'll have to look it up. Does it make it harder or easier? So much easier. Do you do a lot of push-ups? How's the journey so far on Twitch? Like, is it easy starting off the channel? I mean, it's easy enough. Like, I mean, I was already working out, so it's just basically pointing a camera at what I'm already doing, so that helps. Um, but yeah, it's not bad. It's been fun. For me, it's more of a hobby than like a career path. So, but it's been fun, man. Got to talk to some interesting people and stuff. It's fun sharing stories, and then you can watch other people too and meet other people and give them encouragement. It's a lot of fun. No, not much. I'm lacking the chest. Well, that takes work, man, and a long time. I think some people naturally have like more developed chest muscles than other people, but it's not easy for sure. What kind of working out do you do? Most of the time, I do weightlifting. It was a very different challenge for me. Well, my little brother challenged me to do a Murph like a couple years ago, so decided to give it a shot. You have a basic home gym in your room. That's good, man. That's basically what I have. I basically work out with dumbbells and now the pull-up bar, and I have a treadmill. I have a pretty basic setup. That one didn't count. Maybe one more to hit 20. One more real one. But you can get a lot done with like basic weights. If you go to my YouTube channel, I have all of my like workouts that I streamed on Twitch from the past like year on there. And you see like most of what I do is lifting with the dumbbells. So I have adjustable dumbbells, a bench with a bar, and I'm saving up money for some mats to put on the floor. There you go. I don't know if you have a Costco where you're at, but Costco has pretty cheap mats. That's what I use. As soon as I knock out this last pull up, I'm gonna switch to push up so you can kind of see. My gym's a little cut down right now because I'm actually in the process of packing up to move. So I had more mat space, but in order to put stuff from inside the house in the garage, I had to sacrifice some garage room. But all right, that's it. That's 20. So I need to be able to do 5 more by the end of the month, 25 to hit my goal. And then next month the same. And forever, forever, and ever. All right. Now is the portion for the push-ups. So much fun. Am I still gonna be streaming? Yeah, I'm gonna keep streaming. I hopefully my plan is that my garage will be the last, or this workout area will be the last thing that I move out. So then I will just set it up like as soon as we move in. So, and it's pretty easy. As long as my internet access works, I should have this back up and running in no time. I mean, you can see my basic, well, I can't really see, but just, you know, it's pretty basic, pretty easy. I've got the adjustable dumbbells and then just a regular dumbbell set up to 30 pounds. So, all right. That's 15. Ooh. It's like a good home gym. Oh, thank you. To be farm man, not much people have the opportunity to even get some equipment. Yeah, absolutely. I think, especially buying weights. I started out with just the adjustable dumbbells. I've had the adjustable dumbbells for, man, like at least 9 years. And then with that, I've added plates. So like just buying more weight to put on it over the years. But I think my weight set, like the adjustable dumbbells, has cost me maybe like $120 or $130. But probably, actually, no, I'm sorry. Probably now it's like $200. I had some deals with some of the weight that I bought from a family member, and then other ones just buying. But you can build it up over time. What I do is just buy more weight as I need it, you know. Like, to be fair, it's worth building it up. Yeah, it's definitely worth building up. I mean, the big thing like I've learned is you got to look at weightlifting as a marathon and not a sprint. Sometimes a lot of people look at it like a sprint, like, oh, I got to be able to lift this much really fast. It's like, that's what you'll do. What I've done when you pursue weightlifting like that is you'll push too hard and you'll hurt yourself. And then you end up taking time out of the gym. And when you get back, you're frustrated. So then you push too hard again and you hurt yourself. And it's just a dumb cycle until you figure out how to make it a marathon and not a sprint, and just keep adding over time. Unless you want to dive into using pharmaceutical aids, which I don't particularly advocate for myself. But everyone's got to do what they want for themselves. I was really lucky. I found a gold Gem XR45 on the side of the street intact. Oh, good for you, man. That's awesome. Yeah, I haven't bought any machines yet. Just using weights. I feel better lifting with my hands and stuff, because I want to know that I'm strong, how strong, like I'm strong enough to pick up whatever weight that I think I can do. And I feel like when you work out with a cable machine, sometimes it can give you the illusion that you can lift as much. And I think sometimes you can lose some of the stabilizing muscles that you need to actually lift that weight. How much can I curl? I think right now I can curl, I can consistently curl 40-pound dumbbells. I know I can curl, like with a bar, I think I can curl like 120 pounds, but I consistently can do the 40 pounds. I have to check with a dumbbell and see how much I can do with the dumbbell. What's up, Raze? Appreciate the follow, man. Thank you. Pretty good? Yeah. I can somewhat consistently do 20 kg or 20 kilogram dumbbell curl. That's not bad. Let's see, 20 kilograms. What is that in? It's about 50 pounds, almost 50 pounds. That's good. That's 50 pounds, not counting the bar.
I will say, like, barbell or curling is like my favorite workout. I love curling. Do you think it was worth buying the treadmill? Um, yeah, I got the treadmill. My wife really wanted the treadmill. Um, so yeah, I thought it was worth it. I've gotten a lot of use out of it. Um, I definitely prefer running outside. Um, but because I have kids, uh, my time is not like always my own. So that's where the treadmill is really nice, is to come in and get a quick, run in on the treadmill. And especially because my kids are younger, like I can run on the treadmill and keep track of them inside, like if they're napping and stuff. But I can't like go leave the house running. So, but yeah, I think treadmill's fine. It's good, especially if you live somewhere where it's cold or snowing and you can't make it outside. And treadmill's a worthwhile investment. It definitely doesn't beat. It's not as much fun as running outside. It sucks. I hate my treadmill, but I use it. It's starting to get hard. Like really hard. Says I live in Australia and the flies here come absolutely crazy considering it's summer. Oh man, yeah, if you gotta deal with flies or gnats, that can be rough. My my grandparents lived on the East Coast for a while in New Jersey, and I went there when I was a kid, and um, they had gnats that swarm you, and it's like a cloud, and you can't if you're you can barely help getting it in your mouth, you know. And if I can't imagine trying to run, I don't think you could avoid like inhaling them. Plus, you guys have like some serious heat. These flies will get in your mouth and nose, bro. It's so annoying. I bet, man. You guys have some nasty stuff you deal with down there. Do they bite you? So we have horse flies here that'll bite you, and like that it really hurts. It's not the worst. Like it's not as bad as like a bee sting or something. It's not as bad as a wasp, but it's definitely not fun. But you have your share of like biting creatures down there. I'm amazed though by uh considering how many poisonous species you have and crocodiles and stuff. And like your guys' death by animal is not as high as I thought it would be. I thought you guys would have more like annual deaths than we do, but I think our like annual death to animals is either on par or like greater than yours, which I was surprised by. But maybe it's just you guys are smarter than we are. We have like a lot of dumb tourists. Yeah, you have heaps of spiders though, and snakes. Yeah, but like that's what I'm saying is you guys have like way more deadly and poisonous stuff than we do, but you guys don't like die as much from it. What part of Australia are you in? I always had a fun time with Australians. I've yet to meet one that I didn't like. So far, all the Australians I've met are pretty cool. And I love your guys' history. From Adelaide, right at the bottom of Australia. So you guys have like weird weather there. Because you guys get pretty cold too, right? Or am I mistaken? I feel like 99% of the images we get shown of Australia is like the outback and stuff, but it's also amazing how cold like it can get there. Like it doesn't fit the image. When I was a kid, I always thought the desert stayed hot all the time. I had no idea till I lived in a desert how cold deserts can get. It gets cold here in Adelaide, only like 3 to 0 degrees, but in other states in Australia, it gets much colder, I think. Well, 0 degrees is pretty cold. I used to work outside. I live in Northern California, and it doesn't really get that cold except in the winter. It can get to 0 degrees, like around like 3 a.m. And I had to work outside, so you'd be out there and be freezing cold. And nothing was better than when the sun came up and started to thaw you out. So as the sun comes up, life gets much better if you're working outside in that cold. But I've surfed in like some pretty freezing waters. Do you do any surfing down in Adelaide? Here at my home, we have the fire on at night when it gets cold. All right, that puts me at 101. No surfing. That's all right. Not everyone has to surf. Did you ever hear the story of when Queen Victoria sent, I think it was her nephew or one of her youngest sons, to Australia and he was the first. He was the first royalty to visit Australia. Like they kept wanting someone from the royal family to come down there and visit, and make them feel like they're officially part of the realm. And it's a pretty good story. It's pretty funny stuff happened. You know that, yeah. One of the I'm not gonna do the full story justice, but like the first port he was supposed to go in, they were really excited to see him, and he completely missed landing there. And the second one, they thought they saw his ship coming the day before it came, so they got everything ready to celebrate. And then they found out he wasn't coming, or it wasn't his ship. So when his ship did get there, nobody went out to greet him, and they kind of lost their enthusiasm. They didn't know he was there, so some fishermen had to bring him in, and then they were really embarrassed. There was this time in Australia where there were like people that really wanted to be fancy and show that they were more than a prison colony and put on airs. And then there were just the majority of the Australians, I guess, didn't care about any of that. So it was just kind of a clash between the two groups. In the end, he got shot by a Finnegan. Didn't get killed. I think he got shot in the leg. But the Finnegans were like the precursors to the IRA, the Irish Republican Army, like way back in the day. But it's a disaster of a story. I can't do it full justice. It's pretty funny though. At one point, they took him to a gold mine, and they had put they put like a bunch of gold in plain sight to kind of give him the experience of finding gold. And so he went around and he picked it up like they wanted, but they expected him to like hand it over to them, and he didn't. And he walked out with like, I think like a pretty decent amount, like a few thousand pounds worth of gold at the time, British pounds. It was a hefty sum, and they were just too embarrassed to ask for it back, so he just pocketed it. And then they had like at one point there was supposed to be a feast, and way too many people showed up, and there was food, and they broke open all the kegs and got really drunk and had a riot, which really embarrassed the town. There was at one point in the story, one of the towns had this like big parade for him, and they built this model of his ship, and there were kids on the ship, and their job was to throw firecrackers out of the ship, and it was like this big parade float, and then some idiot in the audience, well, multiple idiots started grabbing the fireworks before they exploded and were throwing them back on the ship, which caused the ship to catch fire. And unfortunately, like, some of the kids didn't make it. It was just one disaster of another of this guy's trip to Australia. It wasn't the impression they wanted to leave on the royal family. What do you do? What do you do in Australia? Are you a student or you work? Student, nice. What are you studying?